What if your cat misses you? Far more than you think. Just not in the way you expect. Because cats don't announce their feelings. They don't rush toward you with obvious excitement. Instead, they let those emotions slip through tiny, almost invisible moments. Moments most people completely overlook. But if you catch them, you start to see something very different. A deeper emotional connection your cat is quietly expressing. And if you're paying attention right now, you're already ahead of most people. Because these signs, they're subtle, rare, and they only show up when your cat trusts you on a real, emotional level. If you like understanding what your cat is really trying to say, make sure you subscribe, because this is where things start to make sense. Let's break it down. Why cats hide their feelings. Imagine a tiny lion, wrapped in an emotional disguise so effective. Even their favorite human struggles to read it. That's your cat. Every single day. And it explains everything about what you're about to see. Because cats didn't evolve to be expressive. They evolved to survive. In the wild, they were both hunter and hunted, which means showing too much emotion could make them vulnerable. So instead of big, obvious reactions, they learned something else. Subtle communication, small signals, carefully controlled behavior. That's why distance doesn't mean indifference. Sometimes it just means instinct is still in control. A quiet internal rule that says, stay calm, stay quiet, stay safe. And here's the part most people don't realize. Research into feline attachment shows that cats form bonds just as real as dogs do. They just express them differently, more quietly, more carefully, more like a cat. So when you leave, they notice. And when you come back, they feel it. They just don't explode with emotion. They reveal it in small, almost hidden ways. You might even feel it without seeing it. That subtle shift when you walk through the door, like something in the room changes. Just slightly. That's your cat adjusting to you again. And once you understand that quiet emotional reset, the first real sign of "I missed you" becomes impossible to ignore. Especially the one they try hardest to play off as nothing. Sign number 1, the delayed greeting. Have you ever walked into your home, and your cat didn't come running? No reaction, no movement. Almost like they didn't even notice you. But then, a few seconds later, they appear. Slowly, casually, like it's no big deal. That moment, it means a lot more than it looks. Because this isn't indifference. It's control. Cats who miss you don't always rush the moment. Instead, they ease into it. They give themselves time to regulate that shift. From being alone, to having you back in their space. Now picture it clearly. You close the door behind you. There's silence. Then a soft movement. Your cat walks in, tail low but relaxed, body calm, eyes quietly focused on you. Not dramatic, not urgent, just present. Almost like they're saying, "Oh, you're back. I mean, yeah, that's fine." But underneath that calm surface, there's something else. Recognition, relief, a quiet adjustment that only happens because you matter in their world. Underneath that casual entrance is something deeper. Cats take a moment to process the change in their environment, and studies on feline social cognition show they often need a brief reset after separation. That delay, it's their version of gathering their feelings before reconnecting. Vocal cats might add a soft, questioning meow, almost like they're checking in emotionally. Reserved breeds like British Shorthairs or Russian Blues do this even more subtly, sometimes just appearing in the doorway and blinking at you. If your cat does this, offer a calm hello instead of rushing toward them. Let them come to you. Because once they do, something interesting often happens next. A shift from pretending not to care to sticking close in a way that feels almost like a furry little shadow. Sign number 2, the shadow cat phase. Picture this. You walk into your home, and suddenly there's a tiny silent security guard trailing 3 steps behind you. No announcement, no request, just there. And this moment flows naturally from that delayed greeting. Your cat has warmed up, and now they're ready to reconnect. Cats who missed you often slip into what I call the shadow phase. They follow you from room to room, pretending it's all a coincidence. They're not asking for pets. They're not meowing for food. They're simply checking in, keeping you within their little emotional orbit. Scientists call this proximity-seeking behavior, which is basically a cat's way of saying, "I'm glad you're home, but I'm going to play it cool." It's subtle, but it's powerful. To your cat, being near you is comfort, safety, familiarity, and after you've been gone, that closeness helps regulate their stress levels, especially their cortisol. the hormone tied to separation tension. Let them set the pace here. No need to scoop them up or overwhelm them. Just move through your routine while they quietly match your steps. And once that closeness is reestablished, many cats shift into an even more intimate form of reconnection, one that involves their face, your hands, and a surprisingly deep emotional ritual. Sign number 3, sudden increase in social grooming requests. Here's a strange image. A tiny furry diplomat walking up to you and stamping you with an invisible your mind passport. And it makes perfect sense after that shadow phase closeness settles in. When your cat nudges you, bumps their head against your chin, or pushes their face into your hands after you've been gone. It's not just cute, it's biological. This behavior is called allo grooming in scientific terms, but in plain language, it's social grooming. Cats use the scent glands on their cheeks and forehead to mark members of their family group. And studies show this scent sharing lowers stress and strengthens social bonds. Now, this isn't happening because they simply want attention or because they're bored. This goes beyond surface-level affection. It's about re-establishing trust, sinking sense, and confirming you're part of my circle, and I missed you more than I let on. When your cat leans in like this, they're essentially saying, reconnect with me. It's intimate, it's vulnerable, and honestly, it's one of the biggest compliments a cat can give. If your cat does this, offer a slow blink and gentle scratches around the cheeks or base of the ears. Those are high trust zones. And once that scent bond is resealed, many cats shift into a quieter, almost hidden behavior, one that shows they've been thinking about you even while you were gone. Sign number 4, changes in sleep locations. What if I told you your cat has a secret comfort map of your home and you're the center of it? That hidden behavior we just hinted at often shows up most clearly in where your cat chooses to sleep when you're gone. Cats don't just curl up anywhere. Their sleep spots are emotional choices. And when they miss you, many of them quietly shift to places that smell like your pillow, your favorite chair, even that laundry pile you swore you'd fold yesterday. To a cat, your scent is familiarity. Safety, their version of a weighted blanket. Research on feline scent preference shows that cats gravitate toward objects infused with their bonded human smell because it helps regulate their nervous system. In plain language, when they feel unsure or lonely, your scent calms them. Some owners notice their cats only migrate to these spots after long absences, like a weekend trip or a long day at work. It's subtle, almost secretive, but incredibly meaningful. If you travel often, leaving a cozy blanket or hoodie out can give your cat something to anchor to emotionally while you're gone. And once that stored-up comfort kicks in, there's another sign that bursts out in a totally different energy. One you can't miss the moment you walk back through the door. Sign number 5, over-the-top zoomies. When you return, your cat isn't malfunctioning. They're celebrating. That burst of wild energy is more emotional than it looks. And it often springs up right after those quiet, sense-seeking moments settle in. Some cats don't express, I missed you, with softness. They explode with it. The second you walk through the door, they rocket around the house like they're auditioning for a feline action movie. Now, this isn't because they're hyper or because they've been asleep all day. It's actually an emotional release. Studies on feline behavior show that pent-up excitement and relief often come out as sudden play bursts, especially after periods of separation. To your cat, movement is communication. Zoomies are their way of shaking off stress, resetting their mood, and basically shouting, "You're home," without using words. And even though it looks chaotic, it's deeply affectionate. If your cat does this, offer a short play session with a wand toy or a quick run and chase game. It helps them decompress and bonds you even more. And after all that high-energy celebration, many cats shift into something much quieter, almost whispered, using tiny vocal cues that most people miss entirely. Sign number 6, soft vocalization patterns. Have you ever heard your cat make a sound so gentle you almost wondered if it was meant for your ears only? After all that explosive, zoomy energy, many cats slip into these quiet, emotional whispers, and they're incredibly meaningful. Soft chirps, tiny trills, half meows that barely form. These aren't random noises. Research on feline communication shows that cats reserve their softest vocalizations exclusively for social partners they trust. In plain language, these sounds are your cat's emotional, "I'm reconnecting with you." They're completely different from hungry meows or bossy feed me now yos. Reunion vocalizations tend to be lighter, breathier, paired with slow blinks, relaxed whiskers, or gentle tail sways. Some cats even need while doing it. Tapping into kittenhood comfort patterns linked to oxytocin, the bonding hormone. When you hear these soft sounds, respond in the same tone. Cats mirror energy, and speaking gently tells them, "I'm here. I feel it too." And once you start noticing these little reunion cues, something beautiful happens. You realize your bond is deeper than you thought. Which brings us to the perfect place to wrap everything together and appreciate just how much your cat truly feels. Here's a thought that might surprise you. Your cat has probably been telling you they love you for years. You just didn't know the language. And now, after walking through all 6 signs, the picture becomes so much clearer. If your cat shows even 1 or 2 of these behaviors, your bond is already stronger than you realize. Cats don't waste emotional energy on people they don't trust. They whisper their feelings, not shout them. And you're one of the humans they've chosen to whisper to. That's special. So the next time your cat sleeps on your pillow, or gives you that soft trill, or casually strolls over 3 seconds after you walk in, you'll know exactly what they're saying. You matter to them more than they'll ever openly admit. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these signs does your cat show when you've been gone? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for spending this time with me, and give your cat an extra gentle blink for me.